Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. In the current session, I'm going to talk about the history of Roman conquest. And I hope that by completing this topic, you would be able to understand what do I mean by Roman conquest, how it paved way for English, and how it played a certain role in the development of the history of England as well as of English language. So taking you back into the history, my dear students, what I would say is that it was in the year 43 AD that Emperor Claudius decided to undertake the conquest of the island that we call Britain now. Now, this was not the first attempt. Different people had made certain attempts at different time points in the history before this and had failed in certain ways. But Claudius had the knowledge of Caesar's experience, so he did not take it non-seriously. He rather took it very, very seriously, and he made full preparations for that. In other words, what I would say is that he did not underestimate the people of this land. The result was actually that he sent an army of 40,000 people to conquer this island. Well, the battles and wars that were fought in the olden times were quite unlike the battles that we find nowadays or the wars that we see happening around in today's world. So it took 3 years for the subjugation of the central and southeastern regions. So it was a long process, what I would say. In these 3 years, almost all of England came under the rule of the Romans. A very serious uprising of the Celts occurred in AD 61 under Boadicea, the widow of one of the Celtic chiefs. So what I'm just trying to say is that this conquest was not without any resistance. Of course, there were people, the original inhabitants, the Celts of this area, who resisted to this. However, this resistance was not very much successful. As it happens in all the battles and in wars and in all the efforts to conquer any area, a lot of people from both the sides die. So when Boadicea, the widow of one of the Celtic chiefs, she arranged for this resistance, 70,000 Romans and Romanized Britons were massacred. Under the Roman governor Agricola, that is from 78 to 85 AD, the conquest was further advanced. So it was a continuous and a long process. However, finally it was completed and a complete Roman rule was set. The Romans, however, never penetrated into the far off or the far off mountains of Wales and of Scotland. And they protected northern boundary by a stone wall stretching across England. The district south of this line was under Roman control for over 300 years. So the series of conquests, the series of attacks, and the resistance that was shown, it was a process that took the time of 3 centuries, and it was only after 3 years that we would see that there was some change in this line of the rulers who were ruling this area at that particular time. Thank you very much.